Bizarre Brain Comics. Hello, my comic book friends, and welcome to Bizarre Brain Comics. I am Gary, your host. This is where I like to take a look at some older comics, talk a little bit about the characters and creators, and examine the stories and the art. And this time, I'm going to take a look at this one, which is Tales of the Unexpected. From 1967, it's issue 100 from DC Comics. Here we see some weird and unexpected stuff going on. It says, maybe you don't believe in flying saucers. Would you believe the flying sorcerer? And here, a green glob weirdie, Judy Blonde, secret agent. So this is a kind of rough, good reading copy. Because if you follow me, you know that I am one that's not big on the. I collect comics, but I'm not a completist, and I'm not on trying to get the best, the highest grade, and all that other stuff. Before we get into that, remind you about my comics. Bizarre Brain Comics Anthology and Bizarre Brain Comics Presents Heroes. This is my first one. This is my second one, my newer one. And this is more mainstream, has one story that would fit right in with Tales of the Unexpected. But mostly some superheroes and a little bit of horror stuff. And it's got one Western story in there too. So, they're both available online. They're for $7.99. You can get them at Amazon, or just Google it, and you can find it on some of the other online booksellers, such as Barnes & Noble online store. So here we are. Tales of the Unexpected, number 100, from DC Comics, which it ran for 104 issues. So this is almost the end of the run. 104 issues from 56 to 68 before the title changed to just The Unexpected. So still going. Until issue 222 in 1982. So that was, almost 30 years. Yeah, from 56 to 82, 25 years. Thereabouts. And there was a revival, a limited series in 2006. Now, mentioned here on the cover, it says a green glob weirdie, and I see that and I go, what's the green glob? Because it's something I hadn't heard of before. Well, actually I had once, but I didn't realize it. The green glob is a cohesive plasma of near unlimited or of near limitless energy, and it is invisible to the human eye, except when unless it's in certain frequencies of green light. I thought green light would be a specific frequency, and is able to temporarily warp reality to teach a lesson to specific individuals. Its origin and nature are otherwise unknown originally, but it was retconned in the 1990s Angel and the Ape miniseries, which I covered, and that's where I first heard of the green glob, and which it was retconned to be a creation of the little blue guys from Oa, the Guardians of the Universe. They're one of the other little things that they set out there to do good in the universe, I guess. At least that's the idea. And it is apparently it's intelligent and it's artificial, but semi sentient. And it's not just one. They were sent throughout the universe. it was just a device to create unusual stories. Okay, so take a look inside here. The interior, some decent interior art, and it looks like all three stories are with the same artist, and I can't tell for sure, but I think it's Paul Reinman. There are no credits. I don't know who the writers were. It was probably Gardner Fox, and but I don't know that. And I think the artist is Paul Reinman, who I've covered before, because he did a lot of the what'd you call them, the Crusaders for Archie comics in the 60s. So here we go. Judy Blonde, Secret Agent, A Green Glob Adventure. And of course the name Judy Blonde is a play on James Bond, JB. Just doing a female version of it. In the splash page, you can see attractive blonde girl in a net, knocking out some bad guys. So what the deal is? The main character, her name is Judy Brown, and she is a secretary and a plain Jane. Supposedly she looks pretty to me. And she has won a contest. Local girl wins Most Efficient Secretary of the Year award, which is some kind of publicity stunt for some rich bigwig. So for one day, she gets to go and be his secretary. So she gets to New York or wherever it is, takes it on, is met, goes to the office where all these toodaloo, or this is a shipping magnet. He's supposed to be the Greek Jackie Onassis. It's like Onassis. Okay, because it's shipping comes into it, and she comes in. She does the job, and they take all kinds of publicity pictures and all this other stuff while she's doing the job. But what she's actually too diligent. She's going through stuff, and she finds something not right. Some of the weights of some of the items that they're shipping aren't correct, and she's suspicious. But she doesn't want to go to the guy. But then the Green Glob enters the picture. And she said, oh, if I were more daring, if I were like a secret agent or a detective or something like that, and a more daring person, I would follow this up and find out what's going on. Well, the Green Glob enters, and poof, she is turned into Judy Blonde, secret agent. And she's, so she's the glamour girl that she was envying now. And she goes and checks stuff out, see the ships and stuff. And so she's got gizmos. She's got these little rocket gizmos she puts on the heels of her shoes, which would not do a thing. And go whoosh, she goes way up on the ship and down into the hold. No one sees her. And she gets hiding, but then she's spotted. When she's hiding, that's when she's spotted. And these goons come, because they realize, she finds out, he overhears them talking, and they're smuggling, what I think diamonds, I think is what it was. It doesn't matter. And so she whips out her little hanky, which is coated with has some kind of thing on it, gas on it. She waves it in their direction, and they are paralyzed or hypnotized, and they have to do what she does. She tells them to. Here she uses her ties them up, use her lipstick blowtorch. See, all this stuff spy gimmicks have to be feminine, right? And cuts into the vehicle. Oh, it's gold. Turns out, they're smuggling gold, and as part of the vehicles, which is why there's the weight discrepancy. And so she's going to go get the authorities. She zooms back out, and then she's spotted and netted, like on the front, and she's waving her hanky at them again, and they're all zammed out cold. She gets the cops, and she's congratulated. Thanks so much, yada, yada, yada. Oh, that was so thrilling, but it was so dangerous. I don't think I could handle the stress of doing that. But what am I going to do now? I'm not even me. I wish I were just back home as myself again. So poof, she's back home, and poofs right in front of her her fiance. Oh, I'm so darling. I said, where'd you come from? Oh, I don't know, but I'm so glad to be home. And yada yada. And there's a little ad with Spike and Tyke says, "Don't chop down cherry trees." The DC and DC. Then we have Concentrate or Die, and it's about this card game from this gag shop in this small town town, and this the card game, all these pictures of these weird looking alien things and all kinds of uniforms and stuff, and so you're supposed to mix and match, and it becomes the thrill. Everybody is playing the game. Well, then the guy who was co-owner of that shop comes home. See, people are doing weird stuff then. They're playing the game. Everyone's obsessed with it, and they're giving away money and doing all kinds of things, weird stuff that they wouldn't normally. This guy, look, everybody, no pilot, hooray for Gabe! Or he's flying, hanging onto a line outside the plane with no one flying it, and the guy is is convicted of a small crime, and he is sentenced to play the game Concentration. Because that's the name of the game, Concentration. And people are just giving away their stuff. All going, what's going on? Then the guy comes home. He is the co-owner of the gag shop. Says, I don't know anything about this stuff. And then you realize that he's not under the spell, and they're chasing him. And he goes, what's going on? I don't understand. He chase, gets into a warehouse, sneaks into a warehouse. The warehouse for their business. And his partner is involved in all this, and he overhears these little alien guys in a spaceship, and they're invaders trying to take over the world. And what they're doing is they're making these using what's called hypno paper, and that's how they make the card game with goofy pictures of themselves, get them out there, and they can, and the hypno paper makes people do things, whatever they want. And they're just having fun with that. But it's all an invasion. They're little tiny guys. So his partner under their command pulls a gun on him, but he knocks the gun aside, whacks the guy, and the other people are trying to batter down the door. So he takes this, gets an idea. He takes a picture of himself, puts it on the card, has the alien guys look at the card, and then puts them under the spell, and then commands them to tell everyone to go home and forget all about it. And so everything is okay. It's kind of almost like a Twilight Zone or Outer Limits type story. It's fun, nothing spectacular. But here's our cover story. It is The Flying Sorcerer. And for a lot of these kind of stories, they come up with the title and then or the general idea, something weird, and decide concoct a story to go along with it. And here are The Flying Sorcerer, and here's the sorcerer, and he's kind of supposed to be kind of like a little goblin guy, but he reminds me of Mr. Mixus and Batmite from the little guys from the Fifth Dimension, but that's not where they're from. There's this guy who's out bird watching, and he comes across this kind of goofy looking flying saucer. And he goes, what? And he looks right on it and says flying sorcerer on it. What the heck? And he climbs inside because he never believed in flying saucers. His binoculars hits a control lever and zoom, takes off, but it goes right through the ground. Woo! Instead of going into space, through the ground into a giant cavern down below where they have all these little goblins. And for some reason, they keep calling him an Earthling. They're from Earth too. He's just from the surface. Here's this evil goblin. He's got all these other goblins with him, and they have magical powers. And this is definitely not Paul Reinman on the art on this. I don't know who this is. They're trying to catch him. They catch him in a glass jar, and says how they've got a plan. They're got this magic gizmo that's going to turn the world inside out, and and he's asking where his enemy is. His enemy is the guy who is the one flying who created and flying the flying saucer, and went to the surface to find a weapon to defeat me, but he can't. So makes the jar shrink. He's going to crush the guy in the jar, but then suddenly a stalactite falls and shatters the jar. It's because of the good goblin sorcerer. He was in the actually in the flying saucer. He used his magic to shatter the glass to save the guy. He takes him to the flying saucer. And he tells the story that he went up there to find some magical thing to defeat the guy, something he knew, and he found something, came back, but he passed out because he can't last too long with the air is not good for them up there, and the air down below is not good for the human, so he's going to get close to passing out too. And but he was in a storage closet, but he recovered, and he found this magic lantern up there, and it was like Aladdin's lamp or what, I don't remember what they said it was, and but I can't get it to work for me, so I've got an idea, and so they're trying to the bad ends are trying to get into that gizmo through the shielding to smash down the magic shield and to get at the machine that will turn the world inside out, so they can be on the surface and everyone else will be down below. But so they're competing, they're fighting one another for time for this guy to do something. So he gets down there with the lantern, and he's getting dizzy. He said, the air down here is not good for me. I'm going to pass out soon. I got to get this doll. And it goes zap right through the magic shield and destroys the machine. And the bad sorcerer creates the jaws that we saw on the cover to snap on the guy, and that was just the whole gimmick. And the good one, he throws the lantern into the jaws, which destroys the jaws and the bad sorcerer's magic wand, so he is now powerless, and he sends the human guy back to the surface, and they've saved the world, but no one knows. And it's a fun little, very unexpected, very unusual type stories, but it is fun, and some good artwork, for the time, good artwork, professional, good visual storytelling all around. I mean, it's not spectacular. The stories are not spectacular. The art is not spectacular, but it's good and it is enjoyable. So that's all I've got for you this time. So please like, share, and subscribe. And do leave comments down below. Tell me what you think of Tales of the Unexpected. Have you read any of the Green Glob stories, other books, other issues of the Tales of the Unexpected? That's a rare find for me. I seldom find these books. And what you think of the artwork, all that stuff. Let me know in the comments below. And remember, comics are art.